I'm now pleased to introduce our student speaker, Senior Jay Kerrigan, an accounting and finance double major from Oyster Bay, New York. Jake is the recipient of the Gregory Milanowitz 1998 Memorial Scholarship Fund, which is given to outstanding orientation team member. A 3-year member of our orientation red shirts, including being captain for a 3rd year, Jake is a service champion. He gives his time to the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, and he's a big brother at Gompers Elementary School. Ladies and gentlemen, here to provide a student perspective on the impacts of scholarship, please welcome Jake Kerrigan from the class of 2016.
Thank you, Dr. Brady. And also, thank you, Dr. Reed, for your inspiring words. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jake Kerrigan, and I'm honored to speak to you today. I'm here to express my personal gratitude as a beneficiary of your outstanding generosity and to represent the gratitude of every student who has received a scholarship at St. Joseph's University. On behalf of all of us, I say thank you. Your gifts have given us the ability to undergo one of the most sought after and rewarding experiences in the world, a Jesuit education from St. Joseph's University. Personally, I would like to thank Mrs. Milanowitz, who is here today. She has established, together with Mr. Milanowitz and Amy Verity, a scholarship as a tribute to Greg Milanowitz, a well-known leader during his time on campus whose life was tragically cut short on September 11, 2001, while working in the World Trade Center. Greg was a huge SJU basketball fan, a characteristic that we have in common. I'd like to share a quick story on this topic to show you all how deeply your generosity has affected so many. It was 3 weeks ago, March 20th, and the day was just dragging along as the entire student body waited for the tip-off of one of the most highly anticipated SJU basketball games during our time here. The team was playing top-seeded Oregon, and we had a legitimate shot to beat them. Around 9 p.m., my friends started filing into our tiny little apartment across from the Jesuit Residence Center. And by the time the game had started, 16 of us were squeezed into this tiny little living room. We were having a blast as we laughed at each other's jokes and watched the Hawks hang tough with the Ducks. Unfortunately, the Hawks went cold toward the end of the game and just missed pulling off what would have been an incredible upset. The tiny room, which for the previous 2 hours had been filled with laughter and some choice words for those referees, was now completely silent. This one hurt. At first, I wasn't sure why. I'd seen the Hawks lose before. I was in Buffalo 2 years ago when we lost in overtime to the eventual national champion Connecticut Huskies. But as a sophomore during that time, I had 2 more years of cheering on the Hawks to look forward to. But now, as I glanced around the still silent room full of seniors with their heads in their hands, I knew why the loss cut so deep. It was kind of the beginning of the end for us. 4 incredible years of unforgettable memories with some of the greatest people I know. As I lay in bed that night, staring up at the ceiling, I realized how lucky I was. In order for something as simple as a basketball game to affect so many people, the experiences that game represented, specifically the ones here at St. Joseph's University, truly had to mean something. I like to think of emotional pain as just a weird form of love. Feeling that pain means you truly loved whatever it was that was hurting, whether it's yourself, someone else, something, or an experience. I have loved my time at St. Joseph's University. I loved moving into Lafarge my freshman year and living in a suite with 11 other crazy guys that I now call my friends. I loved working with the Career Development Center and landing my first internship at Mr. McGuire's Philadelphia Insurance Companies. I loved meeting enthusiastic men and women for others all over this campus, fellow students, faculty members, staff, and of course, our loyal alumni base, without whose leadership and service none of this would be possible. I and my fellow students have loved our experience at St. Joseph's. You all have made that experience possible. We are eternally grateful for the opportunity to learn to look at the world in a deeper way, from new perspectives, and determine what we can do to make it a better place for others. Even though there may be times where we may find ourselves angry, frustrated, or upset, we must remember that these emotions have their roots in a communal love for our home, Hawk Hill. We love what the university has done for us in the past, and we look forward to it achieving its utmost potential in the future, a time when good enough simply isn't. And as we all know, that's the Magis. I had to throw it in there. Thankfully, the future is bright for me and for St. Joseph's. I will be graduating in May and starting a job in New York City at PricewaterhouseCoopers. My brother Nicholas is a freshman biology major, and my youngest brother Liam has just been accepted to the university as a member of the class of 2020. So we're all very excited. Thanks. I'm certainly sad that my days on campus are coming to an end, but I know it's not the end of my Hawk journey. I now join the ranks of committed alumni, parents, and friends who strive to make this university even greater than it already is, and I'm looking forward to my next steps. On behalf of all the students here today, and those who will benefit in the future, thank you for everything you all do for St. Joseph's University. Your continued support can only foster a greater love for such a special place. The Hawk will never die. Thank you.